Braun reverses.
And Strowman hits the running power slam. That might be it for Trey.
Braun!
Wait, that's Samoa Joe.
Since I was banned from the building tonight, I had some rare free time on my hands. So I thought, what should I do? Well, you might not know this about me, but I'm a huge fan of men's slow-pitch softball. And I actually remembered, Braun, that your old man was one of the greatest softball players of all time. In fact, he hit so many home runs in his day that they called him the Crusher. So I decided to come to your hometown and see the Crusher in action. And he did not disappoint. But now, the game's almost over. I can't wait to meet your dad in the parking lot. I mean, since I got to see what he's capable of with a bat, I figured it's only fair that I show him what I can do.
Braun Strowman has seen enough. He's going to try to hunt down Samoa Joe.
And he's also going to get counted out.
It's all over. Trey wins.
You gotta be kidding me. Trey has to be the luckiest guy on the planet because yet again he manages to escape with the Universal Championship.
Well, you lucked out again.
Hey, it's not my fault Samoa Joe's such a big fan of softball.
Assuming Braun Strowman doesn't end up in jail for whatever he does to Joe, you're going to face Braun again at Money in the Bank. Well, actually, before Money in the Bank.
You're putting the Universal Championship match on the kickoff show?
Not exactly. The only way I can guarantee Samoa Joe won't be involved again is if your match takes place before the show when the doors are locked and no one else is in the building. It's going to be an empty arena match.
Hey, at least this won't be my first empty arena match since I had one before against Jerry Lawler.
When was that?
Oh, it was in a dream I had, but still, good practice. Speaking of dreaming, I'm gonna go rest up for my big match. Later, Vipes. I mean, Mr. Raw General Manager Randy Orton.
Trey's giving it everything he's got to take down the monster among men.
Braun with a power slam.
Hold on, it's Samoa Joe. He was hiding underneath the ring. Braun just snapped that back like it was nothing.
Strowman counters with a boot to the face.
Here's the cover on Trey.
2, 3.
It's over. Braun Strowman is your new Universal Champion.
Finally, someone else caught a break for a change.
And Samoa Joe is now realizing what transpired. And he is not happy, to say the least.
I'm sorry about your title, but there's no shame in losing to Braun, especially with how it went down.
I'm not that upset about losing the Universal Championship. Even though my run was short, it was memorable. I'm more disappointed that my time on Raw has come to an end.
What do you want?
You couldn't hang on to the title just a little bit longer so I could take it from you.
And whose fault is that?
I did everything I could to preserve my rematch, but it wasn't enough. Title or no title, I'm still going to choke you out.
Let's do this.
Hey, that's enough!
Come on now. Hey, take it easy.
I've had enough of you these past few weeks. Not only did you lose the Universal title to someone who wasn't even a Raw superstar, but then you went to the extreme lengths to interfere in multiple championship matches, so you've left me with no other choice. You're fired!
This isn't over, because the moment you feel safe and stop looking over your shoulder, I'll be back to destroy you.
Make sure he leaves immediately! I spoke to the doctor. He thinks you'll be fine to compete next week.
Oh, okay. I'll let NXT know.
No, I meant on Raw. I've decided to give you a permanent contract.
Really?
Why?
I know I've been hard on you, but I do see some potential. Your in-ring skills need work, but you can be entertaining at times.
See? That's what I've been saying all these years. I put the entertainment in sports entertainment.
I'm gonna leave before you say anything else that makes me regret my decision.
Thanks, Vipes. I can call you that now, right?
No.
I'm happy for you. This is pretty awesome.
I have officially arrived.
Yeah, you got the spotlight now. No more being indiscreto.
Well, I'm ready for people to know who I am. And hey, now that I'm gonna be on TV every week, maybe even my real parents will see me. I should start leaving tickets for them at every big event, you know, just in case they show up. And this is all thanks to you.
Yeah, well, I can't take credit for everything.
Now there's only one thing left to do tonight. We go out there and win the Money in the Bank ladder match.
I appreciate the support, but I need to do this on my own.
You sure? With Selena Vega in the match, there's a good chance Andrade will get involved at some point.
Maybe. So, how about you stay back here, and if Andrade does interfere, then you take him out. Deal?
Deal. I got your back. The package deal is together again on Raw. Already got one contract, about to get another, might even meet my real parents soon. All of our dreams are coming true. Well, I guess now that I'm all alone, I can properly celebrate. I got a Raw contract. The ink's dry so they can't give it back. I got a Raw contract. I'm kinda hungry, I need a snack. Yeah! I got a Raw contract. I got a Raw contract.
I think I left my phone at... You're the worst.
I got a Raw contract. I got a...
Hey.
Oh, okay.
No matter how hard I hit her, which was pretty hard.
You see my parents out there anywhere?
Never back down.
I don't think so.
Feels strange.
Not that I'd know what they'd look like.
I always pictured them looking like me, but older. And in my mom's case, more female-ier. All these years of leaving them tickets after I was signed to Raw, just hoping they'd see me on TV and show up. And now tonight, they finally will. It's unbelievable.
It's no different.
It really
They
is.
are a package deal. They always had each other's backs, and that was certainly the case when I faced off against Red in a Money in the Bank ladder match.
Red is now in possession of the Money in the Bank briefcase, which entitles her to a future championship match.
That was a hard-fought battle the entire way. Respect to all of these women.
Hold on. Ronda may not be finished with Red.
A sign of respect from Ronda Rousey.
I'm sure that means a lot to Red.
This would be a huge night for any superstar, but considering she's still relatively new to WWE, it's that much bigger for Red.
Sorry, hold on a second.
Hey, sorry to interrupt.
Are you kidding? Anytime. I mean, not that I have photo shoots all the time. That would be obnoxious, unless you think that would be good for my career.
I just wanted to congratulate you. I mean, what you did out there tonight was pretty incredible.
You have no idea how much that means. I grew up watching you.
Well, now I feel ancient.
No, I just mean you're one of the reasons I'm here today. See, I have this list of goals with my friend, and one of them is win Money in the Bank ladder match.
I know all about your list. You're kind of a big deal at this point.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, anyway, I never thought I'd be the one to cross off Money in the Bank because it was only a match for guys, but thanks to women like you paving the way, I did it. And now I can pursue something else on my list. Win the Raw Women's Championship. Sorry, I'm rambling on like an idiot.
No, keep rambling. I mean, seriously, at this stage of my career, hearing things like that is way better than winning a championship.
I'm sorry, but did I just hear you thank her for paving the way? You must have forgotten I was the first women's Money in the Bank briefcase winner. And second, actually, too.
Didn't you need a guy to help you do all that?
That's how I remember it.
That's not the point. What I'm saying is you're just a cheap knockoff that will never compare to the original. So don't even bother attempting to cash in that briefcase. You should just hang on to it as a souvenir. Or, better yet, melt it down into braces for those jacked up teeth of yours. Actually, why don't you step aside so this poor photographer doesn't have to take any more pictures of your mangled face?
Red manages to get Carmella down.
kicks the briefcase into Red's face.
Wait, what's Carmella doing with the briefcase?
I think she's gonna try to destroy it.
Come on, Red just won it. Someone needs to stop this.
I think it's too late for that. Looks like it's headed for a landfill.
Good luck cashing in on me without a briefcase.
I got here as fast as I could. What's the big news?
This.
Is that a dead animal?
No. I spent all night digging through the garbage truck and found your money in the bank contract.
That's great! And it also explains the smell.
I think that's mostly me. I skipped showering because I couldn't wait to tell you the good news.
You're a true friend, but please don't touch me right now.
Fair enough.
So is the briefcase in the bag too?
No. It was completely destroyed, but all that really matters is your contract survived. Besides, you can always just make a new briefcase.
True. Well, thanks again. I really owe you one.
Don't worry about it. I ended up scoring some sweet bonus items from the garbage truck. Got a few rolls of wrist tape with a bit left on them, a stack of Rusev pictures that are either covered in salad dressing or baby oil stains. And check this out. I think that's possibly Vince McMahon's half-eaten steak. Now that could be worth something.
Oof. Cool. Why don't you tell me more about your disgusting trash treasure after you get cleaned up? In the meantime, I'll work on a new Money in the Bank briefcase design.
Ooh, you could decorate it with my Rusev garbage pictures.
Yeah, maybe.
Nice.
What everyone already knew. Mela is money, and you'll always be trash.
It's Red, and it appears she has the new accessory.
What is that? Did you make your own briefcase? Real cute, but I think you need to take your DIY and go DI buy.
I'm not going anywhere. Because it's not the briefcase that matters. It's more symbolic than anything. What really matters is the contract inside that's good for a title match at any time. And I still have that, thanks to my disgusting yet loyal friend.
There's no way this is legit.
Actually, Randy Orton just signed off on it, so it's official.
You can't do this. I destroyed your briefcase. This should not be happening.
Sorry, princess, but it is. So what do you say we finish what we started?
Red's cashing in. We're gonna have a Raw Women's Championship match right now.
I don't know about this. Carmella got the best of Red just 24 hours ago, and now Red might be setting herself up for a repeat.
That could certainly happen, but throughout the years, Money in the Bank briefcase holders have cashed in at a highly successful rate. Let's see if Red can continue that trend here tonight. Red has successfully cashed in a replacement Money in the Bank briefcase to become the new Raw Women's Champion.
What an amazing 24 hours this has been for Red.
I hate to say it, but you have to give some credit to her pal Trey, who apparently went dumpster diving to salvage the Money in the Bank contract.
This is yet another tremendous achievement for Red to cross off the list she shares with Trey. It's become increasingly apparent that it's not just a piece of paper. It's the driving force behind Red's meteoric rise to the top.
And so it is with great honor that I induct the package deal, Red and Trey, into the WWE Hall of Fame.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Wow.
No.
Wow.
Thank you.
This is incredible. All right. All right. Thank you.
right.
Thank you guys so much.
All right. Almost 20 years ago, we were a couple of not-so-popular high school kids who bonded over our love of WWE and became best friends.
But we never thought it was possible that someday we'd be WWE superstars ourselves, let alone stand on this stage tonight being honored as two of the very best of all time.
By the way, I totally thought we could do it. He didn't.
Going off script already, huh? Well, that didn't take long.
Fine, where was I? Here we go. But one day at lunch, we made a list. This piece of notebook paper would become the roadmap to our success in WWE. It contained our goals, hopes, and wildest dreams. And it changed everything.
Over the years, we added a lot of new things to the list, and pretty much everything got crossed off except for one huge final achievement. Get inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame.
And unless anyone in charge has a last-minute change of heart, I think it's safe to say that will be crossed off in a little while.
And I'm not gonna say this is a bigger achievement for me than it is for my friend. But let's be honest, when I first got to WWE, not many of you thought I was Hall of Fame material.
What he's trying to say is he wasn't exactly the most respected superstar in the locker room.
Well, let's face it, no one other than you liked me. But a lot of that was my fault. I was brash and confident, but didn't have the experience to back it up. Sure, I had a Universal title win, but it was mostly considered a fluke. And when it came to the list and my career goals, I really only cared about crossing off the fun things that came along with being a WWE superstar. Winning dance contests, getting an action figure, a cool t-shirt, being in a video game, a movie. Which, of course, brings me to The Miz. What's up, buddy? I see you. Yeah. There were a lot of parallels between our personalities, which explains why I wasn't that liked, and also why we made such good adversaries. I mean, who could forget our legendary battle over the lead role in Rank and File 4? Despite Miz and Brooklyn doing everything they could to prevent it, I got the starring role in Rank and File 4. Red, on the other hand, wasn't so lucky. But I guess fighting with the lead actress during a casting session is generally frowned upon. Miranda, where are you?
I'm in the spaceship's cockpit. Hurry, Bryce. We don't have much time before it launches.
Your time's up, imposter!
Cut! There's no henchman line in this script. You're just supposed to tackle him and then he throws you off the imaginary launch pad. Let's go again and this time stick to what's written.
Sorry, but that's not going to happen.
What? Oh! Security! Security intruder on the set!
Get him, Miz!
Get that guy off my set! I always wanted to say that.
I cannot work in these unsafe conditions.
Then maybe you should talk to your friend, henchman number 5.
You started all this. You know what? I'm going to my trailer and I'm not coming out until you're recast. Don't look at me!
Okay, that's lunch.
Can you believe they're all the way up to Rank and File 7 now?
No, I can't. I thought they would have stopped making them after your performance.
Wow. Didn't realize this was a roast.
No, it's just that you definitely had some interesting priorities earlier in your career. First, it was the movie. Then you were obsessed with getting your own action figure.
It was on the list since day one.
Yeah, which made you super jealous when I got one before you did. Remember this? Are you still a little bit jealous?
No.
Are you sure?
I think you're exaggerating how I reacted.
Really? Because that's not how I remember it. In all seriousness, even though it wasn't as important to me, it was pretty cool when not long after that, you got your first action figure and crossed it off our list.
But the fact we had different priorities is partly what made this work, because let's be honest, if we'd been competing for the same things, I'm not sure we could have been friends. You were just always so driven to be the best.
Maybe, but it's not like I was only focused on individual goals. Like, what about when we went to SmackDown Live and I ended up teaming with someone who was a great influence and mentor to me? I'm talking about Mickie James, of course! Stand up and take a bow, Mickie, you deserve it.
Not only has Red helped Mickie James ward off retirement, they're now the new women's tag team champions.
To win this match under the pressure they faced and do it in enemy territory under the Iconics rules is truly impressive.
Honestly, I think a lot of credit goes to Red and her list. Someone said it before the match, that list is a powerful motivational tool for Red.
And that's how Mickie James went from being a hero and mentor of mine to more than that. She was now my tag team partner and, more importantly, my friend.
Aw, that's nice. But aren't you skipping over a pretty important part?
How about we move on? Don't you want to talk about when you were on the cover of WWE 2K25?
I do, but hang on a second. Earlier, you put me on blast for having some trivial goals. So now it's my turn to call you out for a time when you let the list steer you down a questionable path. This is a night to remember our careers, good and bad.
Fine. If you want to talk about it so much, then you tell the story.
Okay. After they became tag team champions, it turned everything around for Mickie. She even ended up earning a SmackDown Live Women's Championship opportunity against Kairi Sane. Mickie went on to defeat Kairi Sane, giving her 2 championships and continuing her incredible winning streak to avoid retirement.
Hey, Mickie, I need to talk to you about something. It's kind of personal, sorry.
We'll catch up later. What's going on? Is everything okay?
Yeah, well, not really. It's just lately... I'll just come out and say it. I want your title. And I know what that means for you and for us, but I don't think I can sit back any longer.
You know what? I was waiting for this moment.
You were?
Look, I know who you are, what you're made of, what got you here. You're driven to be the very best. And I knew that being tag team champions would only satisfy you for so long.
So you don't hate me?
No, I get it. I actually respect you for your honesty. I can think of a couple other ways this could have gone down.
But if I beat you, it's all over.
If it's going to come to an end, and it will, sooner rather than later, I want you to be the one that does it. Besides, none of this would have even happened if it wasn't for you. But with all of that said, I've come too far to just roll over. If you face me for my title, you better be ready for a fight.
You know me. I wouldn't want it any other way.
Tribute, continuing to defend the tag championship and not ending your idol's career.
You deserve this moment.
A nice gesture from our new champion, Red, giving Mickie James a chance to say goodbye to the WWE Universe.
And no matter how I feel about Red right now, I do want to say thank you to Mickie James. You will be missed.
Thank you, Mickie.
And that's how I won my first SmackDown Live Women's Championship.
That totally sucked the air out of the room.
That's why I wanted to skip over that part of the story.
I'll distract him with a visual aid. With everything we'd accomplished, we were really starting to cement our legacies, especially in our hometown where we'd always been overshadowed by a certain individual, until this happened. That is a beautiful sign, don't you think?
I agree. I would never throw rocks at a sign like that.
Even though we were gaining respect and recognition, I still felt like I had a lot more to prove than Red. She had won championships everywhere we went, and I only had my Universal title win over Samoa Joe that was mostly considered a fluke. Sure, I started a movie, but that sort of thing didn't hold the same weight. So I sought out the advice from someone who was a visionary in this business. A man who had been the guiding force behind the careers of countless legendary superstars. It's Paul Heyman.
Answer it.
Hey, Paul?
Hey, don't hate Paul B. I've been trying to get a hold of you for the last hour. My private investigator was there to meet you, and you were nowhere in sight.
Private investigator?
Wait, so you didn't arrange for Papa Shango to help us find The Undertaker?
Papa Shango? No, I didn't arrange for a meeting with Papa Shango.
I'm not 100% sure what's going on.
Hey, Do you want expert help, yes or no?
Turns out we are no longer in need of his services. Thanks.
Well, look, you at least need to reimburse me for his time, and his hourly rate is not cheap. He is, I assure you, the
what's that?
finest
You're breaking up.
private
Sorry.
Is this it? Is Trey going to somehow pull this off?
Trey has the Undertaker in the hearse, and he closes the door. Trey has defied all odds to defeat the Undertaker.
This definitely quiets any doubts that people might have had about Trey's legitimacy.
I'll admit it, I had those doubts, but what Trey did tonight was truly impressive. Maybe this guy's the real deal after all.